Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Coach Ray. Oh my gosh. Why was I saying oh my gosh? I know why. Look at my microphone. Isn't it so cool? Now, if you really know me, you know why I like this mic so much. Not because the sound, I hope I'm crisp and clear, but it's because it's colorful. I love lights, y'all. Like, my friend took me, it was her daughter, and then me and my daughters, we went to the Christmas light show, whatever, I don't know. And they have the lights hooked up with the music. So, it's going with the beat. I had a blast. I was like in my happy place. Like, I need something like that throughout the year. Where can I go? On a serious note. I always say on a serious note and end up laughing. And I don't want people to think that I'm insensitive or that I'm not taking my grief seriously. Everybody grieves differently, first of all. Okay. I have learned, I say that all the time here lately, but I'm really learning more and more about myself. And I'll share the story about what actually happened to my husband in another video. But I've learned about myself since that night. I was the one that was doing the CPR while my daughter was calling 911. And I am the one that felt his last breath. And I applaud our doctors and our nurses and our first responders, like, man, because that does something. And I don't know, that's never happened to me before. So I don't know if it was because it was him or if I would have had the same impact if it was somebody else. But I know because it was him, it impacted me so much so to say, listen, forget the cliche, life's too short. Understand the reality, life is too short. And there are certain things that we can control. And so if there's things that we don't like, then change it. If there are things that we cannot change, then accept it. And the best way for me to accept the things that I've gone through, losing my dad, being a single mom, losing my husband, being the only child, day-to-day things that don't work. And no matter how much effort we've put in to have great, better days, it's just the ghetto. Like, what is going on? I have found so much pleasure and healing through laughter. I have never laughed so hard these past 10 years. And almost 5 of those years, I've been a widow. That's so weird to say that still. But I find joy in laughter. Like, it brings me peace. So when I realize that, hey, laughter is something that makes me happy, makes me feel good. And I always saying, do what makes you feel good. I was home by myself. Maybe it was just one of those days that all my kids were gone. I had the house to myself. And usually when that happens, me and my husband would go get food because there's been a couple of times we would actually cook, but I think we only did that like once or twice. He didn't like Chinese food. So Duchess is sleeping, and that was her snoring. I'm going to keep it in here. I literally can't make this up. We would grab our food, we'd come back home, and we would watch movies. I know I was always the first one to fall asleep, but that's not the point. The point is this particular night of me discovering Dion Cole literally lit up my entire night. I know for a fact I was feeling some kind of way. Like, I was just missing him so much, so bad. As soon as he started, I was in tears. 9 times out of 10, he was probably talking about me, and I could resonate with the things that he was saying. But I just wanted to get on here to say, in the midst of your hurt, in the midst of your grief, maybe you didn't lose a husband. Maybe you didn't lose a wife. Maybe you lost a dad, a mom. Maybe you lost your kid. Maybe Maybe there was a divorce. That's grief. Maybe there was a strong disagreement, a strong argument that left you and your child or you and your parent not speaking for years. That's grief. Maybe it's one of those seasons where you're growing and you are evolving and you want the people around you to evolve, but they're not. Grief is grief, y'all. Pain is pain. So I advise and I encourage you that if you have painful, hurtful, sorrowful moments, to find something or find someone that will make you laugh. I guarantee you, you will not think about that pain. This is not about burying it, like covering up and not thinking about it. We're not doing that, right? It's a form of healing. You know how some days you will just feel some kind of funk and you cannot figure out what's wrong. So consciously, we're going through some things and we're not even paying attention to it. My anniversary was September 28th, and it was a friend of mine. I went through the whole entire day feeling like there was some kind of dark cloud. Like, why are you in this funk? Like, what's happening? And I didn't dwell on it because there were so many things I had to get done in that day. There was a lot of tasks in that day, a lot of challenges on my anniversary date. And when I got home, I woosah. I had dinner with my kids. We were sitting at our table laughing, and like, we don't really get to sit at our table together like that all the time here lately because our schedules are different. So we were all together just laughing. It's 10:30. I look at my phone. My friend, hi, Crystal. My friend Crystal, she texts me. She's like, hey, just checking in on you. I would have called you yesterday, but I really wasn't. I was in my emotions, and but I'm just checking on you. And I'm like, why are you in your emotions? And what you checking on me for? What's wrong with me? So I'm because I don't have it all together. I look like I might sometimes. I don't. I said, let me scroll up and see. Let me see what I done told her. What's wrong with me? And then I text her back. I don't see what I said to you that makes you concerned about me. And then she's texting me at the same time. She says, there's no need to scroll. It's your anniversary. I was like, and then, you know how I said I felt like this dark cloud. And as soon as she said it felt like the dark cloud let go of all the rain. And I just was like, oh, dang. Well, that makes sense. So it didn't put me in a funk, but I was sad. And I was like, man. And then I'm like, oh my God. I went almost pretty much the whole day. It's 10:30. The day came and gone. And I didn't even think about it. And it's not because I didn't want to. I have learned that accept your emotions right then and there. Don't try to hide them, cover them up. If you sad, you sad. If you mad, you mad. When you frustrated, you frustrated. When you angry, you angry. Feel that emotion. Feel it. Internalize that. Why am I feeling this way? What is it that's making me have this emotion? And when you do that, you are, number one, honoring yourself as a human being. Okay? There's nothing wrong with not being okay. And in that moment, I was not okay. And it was okay that I was not okay. And then I sat back and I looked around the table and I said, wow. I said, we're actually celebrating my anniversary and we don't even know it. The girls was like, what? It's not today. It's today. Oh my God, it is today. After feeling those emotions, I look for what's peaceful. And what's peaceful for me is laughter. Some people find peace reading books, going to shows and plays, live bands, concerts, going out to favorite restaurants or cooking your favorite foods. Whatever it is that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, that brings you comfort, do that. For me, it's laughing. So 9 times out of 10, if you see me, you're going to see me laughing. If you if you click on any of mine, I am going to laugh. Most of the time I'm laughing at myself. And that's the funniest thing. My dad used to tell me, and I probably said this in a different video, but he used to say, if you ever feeling sad, this is him, serious face. If you ever feeling sad, go into the bathroom. And and he says, look in the mirror. I'm like, Because remember, my dad was a man of few words. So you're going to teach me something? I'm tuned in. Go in the bathroom. Turn the light on. Look at yourself in the mirror. Don't say nothing. And you'll start laughing. And I'm like, Daddy, that is so mean. When my dad passes away, I took his advice. I go into the bathroom. I turn the light on. I stand right into the mirror. And I look at myself. And I could hear his voice. And I just started having a tear. And as soon as it got right here, right here, I hollered. I am cracking up so hard. This eye starts draining. Man, I don't know why you laughing at yourself. I don't know why you looking at yourself and laughing. But it was very helpful. And I'm very grateful that he told me that before he passed away. Because till this day, if I need to laugh, I go look at myself. Why did that just make me laugh? I don't know. But what I will say is you have to find joy in the storms. You have to find peace in the pain. Because if you don't, you will be miserable. And it can overtake you. It can overtake your entire life. People won't want to be around you. So you'll start losing friends. You're not close to your family like you used to. It changes the way you operate and do things for work and your productivity, the way that you think and act. It's hard. It's hard to live a life and all you're consumed with is what hurts. So I encourage you in this video that if you are feeling that pain, call somebody that's safe. You can't call everybody, okay? Call somebody that is safe and that you say, hey, I'm not doing good. I don't know what I need. I don't know what to do. Call somebody that may not have the answers, but can just be there. Because sometimes that's a necessity. Just be here. Just sit here. Don't let me sit alone. Start talking about what the problem is. I love hearing stories. So me and my daughters will share stories. We'll talk about the crazy things that he has done. Like the time that there was a mouse in our apartment and he stepped on it with his foot. I said, how? How did you? Oh no, I didn't know I didn't want to get away. So I was like, oh my God. Or the other time, our friend, hey, Devin texts me. He says, can you explain to me how your husband bends a hammer? Said what? He said he gave me a hammer that was bent and he told me he did it with his hands. I said, I don't know. Or the time that we were all at my big sister's house, and he decided to put on his other sister's nursing shirt. Had us laughing. We still crack up till this day when we reminisce on things like that. So do not let the legacy of those close to you die with them. Tell the stories, laugh at the stories, cry over the stories, embrace what is happening to you in that moment right then and there. It's important. It's important for you to feel so that you can begin to heal. And with that, I hope that helps enlighten someone during your time of grieving, your time of sorrow. I hope that my stories and the things that I've done can be helpful and fruitful for you. Revamp and be blessed. Till the next video. Revamp.